Robert Young was one of America's most versatile actors who managed to make a smooth transition from cinema to television. But do you know about Robert Young's humble beginnings and how he became a successful actor? Join Facts First to learn about Robert Young's incredible life and legacy and the inner demons that haunted him. Robert's early life. Robert George Young was born February 22, 1907 in Chicago. As a young child, he and his family traveled around the U.S. and lived in different cities, including Seattle and Los Angeles. At a young age, he developed an interest in acting and decided to pursue a film career after graduating from high school. He joined the Pasadena Playhouse, where he acted in local plays and honed his acting skills. During this time, he worked several odd jobs to make ends meet. He also began taking any acting role he could get to get his foot in the door. He managed to snag quite a few bit parts in silent films. His sound film debut came in the 1931 film Black Camel, part of the famous Charlie Chan series. After this, he continued getting regular offers in films, both B-grade films and major Hollywood productions. Most often, he played supporting roles, but he managed to become a well-known face among moviegoers. While he may not have been the leading man, it was clear he was a versatile actor whom audiences could resonate with. Before we tell you more about his life, be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to Facts First if you haven't already. Robert's film career. While Robert Young was perhaps best known for his TV career, he did have a rich career in cinema. One of his earliest, most notable roles was in the 1931 film The Sin of Madeleine Claudette. He played the supporting role of Dr. Claudette in this dark and harrowing film. The film brought him to more attention and showed he had the ability to take on serious dramatic roles. In 1932, he had one of his first major lead roles in the romantic drama New Morals for Old. The film was based on the play, After All, and told the story of a single mother struggling to raise her children. He was lauded for his role, and this was one of the early successes that made him a welcoming face to American audiences. That same year, he had a major role in the musical film The Kid from Spain. He acted alongside hugely famous Eddie Cantor, yet still managed to make a great impression among audiences. The role showed that even when he had to act along a major star, he could still hold his ground and steal the show. In 1934, he played the lead role in the sports film The Band Plays On. He played Tony Ferreira, a coach who helps four boys change their lives through sports. Robert Young continued to act regularly throughout the 1930s, making several films each year until the end of the decade. Sometimes he managed to bag the lead role, while other times he snagged a supporting role. One thing he managed to bring in his roles is a sense of familiarity that the average American wanted to see. Audiences wanted to see characters they could relate to, and who could serve as an inspiration for them. Robert Young was the perfect actor for this. Some of his other popular film roles include work in the following films: Florian, Dr. Kildare's Crisis, Lady Be Good, The Canterville Ghost, and Secret of the Incas. Young was arguably one of the best character actors from the 1930s to the 50s, but his talents shined the most when he made the transition to television in the mid-50s. Robert's TV career. Robert Young's first major TV role was as Jim Anderson in the sitcom Father Knows Best. He played this role in just over 200 episodes of the show. This was the show that made him a TV star and a familiar face in American homes. He was the father who Americans could relate to. He was the father who knew best and wanted the best for his daughters. He had the persona to play a likable character who Americans could look up to. Robert Young followed up playing Cameron Barrett in the TV series Window on Main Street. He continued to make guest appearances on popular shows throughout the 60s. He also had a major role in the miniseries Vanished as Senator Earl Gannon. But he won the role of a lifetime when he was cast as Dr. Marcus Welby in Marcus Welby M.D. in 1969. He played the role of the doctor who helped his patients through his medical expertise and his sympathy in close to 200 episodes. Marcus Welby became Robert Young's most popular character after Jim Anderson. He made a few appearances as the character in a few TV movies as the Good Doctor. His final role was as Dr. Marcus Welby in the TV movie Marcus Welby M.D. A Holiday Affair in 1988. He retired from acting after this role and retired from public life until his death a decade later. Many actors struggle to make the transition from cinema to TV. Very few manage to make an impact in multiple mediums. Robert Young created relatable characters in both film and television. Even after 30 years since his final television appearance, it's clear Robert Young is one of the greatest film and TV actors we've had. Robert's life and legacy. Robert Young married Betty Henderson in 1933 and remained married to her until her death in 1994. They had 4 daughters: Carol, Barbara, Kathy, and Betty Lou. His public image was one of a happy man who had a successful acting career. While this is true, his daughter Carol has spoken about the inner demons that haunted her father. For several years, Young struggled with depression. He would tackle his depression through drinking alcohol, and this naturally only led to further problems. He even attempted suicide in 1991 when he was in his 80s. Luckily, he managed to overcome these demons and even decided to dedicate his life after his retirement to helping others overcome depression. However, he largely retired from public life as he wanted very little to do with Hollywood. He often spoke about the unfairness of Hollywood's casting system and seemed to have a general disdain for the industry. Despite his enormous success, he must have witnessed things behind the scenes that caused him to become jaded. Not much is known at present about his views on the television industry. But we can imagine he enjoyed working in television a lot more. It was, after all, that medium that he truly flourished in. Despite his reservations about the industry, it's clear his love for acting never subsided, and for that, we have to be grateful. Robert Young passed away July 21, 1998, from respiratory failure at his home in California. He was 91. He was one of America's great character actors who had a successful career in film and television. Now it's time to hear from you. What's your favorite role of Robert Young's? Let us know in the comments section below. And before you go, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to Factsverse if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content. By the way, if you haven't joined Factsverse as a member yet, be sure to look below this video and click the join button. By becoming a paid member of Factsverse, you'll get access to exclusive video content that you won't find anywhere else. This includes some of our more mature content that isn't suitable for public audiences, which includes topics like Hollywood actresses who posed for Playboy and some of the steamiest moments in movie history. Plus, you can enjoy these videos completely ad-free. Our biggest fans will notice they also get badges next to their name when they leave comments on our videos. We pay special attention to comments from our members, and so do other viewers. So if you want exclusive content from Factsverse or inside access to discussions with other community members, click the join button to get started for just $4.99. There are hours of members-only videos waiting for you, with new videos added every month. And we're actively working on bringing even more features to help fans like you connect with other members and get more of your favorite content. Just click join, and we'll see you inside the membership tab.